Hey guys, it's Bella and this is a relaxed video that we're going to do. We're just doing a transcription stream of this cute little Ostrogothic letter in a Vatican manuscript, and it's written sort of in a manuscript of the time period, in a handwriting from the time period. Comment in the comment section below which script it is if you can identify it, and we're just going to transcribe it and translate it with some nice music in the background. So here we go. Orantem pro nobis sanctitatem tuam clementi adi divina clemencia divina custodiat. 2 lines to indicate separation. Quod opto Domine sancte ac beatissime frater. Then 2 more lines. Dominus Januarius sanctitatem tuam toto salutat puritatis et venerationis affectu, benedictionem a vobis directum. Is that directu or directam? That'll be directam. Directam tota cum exultatione suscepi libros sicut precepisti admonit num datos in quaternionibus. No, hang on, admonit. I think this is meant to say admoni mum datos, but I think it's meant to be mundatos, or maybe mandatos. In quaternionibus destinavi, in quibus si aliquid placuerit, ut in utinam veritatis et non solum amoris esse. Now we need to scroll down a bit, and we're almost at the end of transcribing this letter. Wow. Amoris esse cognoscam hi sunt igitur me parvitatis ob latio quam vobis faciet puritas vestri cordis acceptam. Suggestione fratris communis acceptam quae queso ut adiurix adsit vestre caritatis industria obsecro ut libros quos opus habemus servi tui describant de codicibus vestris. And that's the end of it. It's quite a short little letter, so I'm going to just quickly embark on translating this thing. So let's merge those together and let's see what this text actually says. Transcribing. translation of translation. And so orandem pro nobis sanctitatem tuam. I really badly misspelled that there. Clementia Divina Custodiet. And I'll scroll out so you guys can see it a bit more fully as I write a translation. We can see that this letter is basically tacked in at the bottom of the manuscript. It's after a bunch of other proper texts have been written, and the scribe has just written this little letter to a priest below it. So, oh no. So, may divine clemency guard your sanctity, praying for us. Which I desire, O holy Lord and most blessed brother. Lord, well, this is Lord January, really. Lord January greets your holiness with the complete affection of purity and veneration. I have taken up the blessing sent by you with all exaltation. The books, just as you ordered, I have placed. So mundatos, I'm going to say this. I'm going to translate that as mandatos, as a misspelling of mandatos. The delivered books, just as you ordered, I have placed in quatrains. Destino. I have in which I have arranged them. So destino, destinare, I'm fairly sure means to arrange, to organize, but I'm just going to check. Destino, destinare in Latin means I have bound, I have determined, yeah, so appointed, resolve, consider, establish. So in which, I think I'll change this to say in which I have bound them. I have placed these books in quatrains in which I have hang on, the delivered books, just as you ordered, I have bound in quatrains, in which if anything shall be pleasing to you, I hope it be for the sake of truth and not only of love. So then that's a new line. Is no, hang on. I will si aliquid placerit utinam cognoscam is, I'm fairly sure that means I shall recognize, but I'll check. Cognoscam. Yes, so it's cognoscam is I will recognize. If anything shall be pleasing, I hope that it of truth. I hope that I will recognize that it is. I think it is. So, cognoscam hie sunt igitur. I hope I can recognize it. I hope that I will recognize it to be of truth and not only of love. These are therefore the offering of my littleness, this cute little word, parvitatis, my littleness. These are therefore the offering which, oh no, wait, hang on. Of my, the offering of my souls, yes, which the purity of your heart will make acceptable to you. By the suggestion of a common brother, I pray that the industry of your kindness, be a helper. I'm not sure what that second acceptam is doing. Suggestione fratis communi acceptam queso. Let's move on for the time being. I implore that the books which are our responsibility, I implore that your servants copy out the books which are our responsibility from your codices. So I think this makes sense now. the only thing I don't understand is the second acceptam. Suggestione fratres comunis acceptam queso. There is a possibility that this suggestione here could be meant to be suggestionem and therefore an abbreviation, but there's no mark indicating an abbreviation, so we shouldn't necessarily do that. But if there was that mark, it would be suggestionem. I seek the accepted suggestion of a common brother, that so that your the kindness of your industry be a helper, but it's not clear. Although actually adsit could go with could take acceptam as a verb, meaning to be present at the accepted thing, but no, that's the thing, because it can't be, because it only takes the dative, as I thought, and therefore it doesn't make as much sense. Suggestione fratres communis acceptam queso. But just know the brother, I think I'm actually going to like just ignore it, because maybe it's an accidental doubling and it makes sense. So then the letter would make sense then. O Holy Lord and most blessed brother, may divine clemency guard your sanctity, praying for us. I think I might translate that actually as just holiness a second time, because it's more obvious as a verb. May divine clemency guard your holiness, praying for us, which I desire. Which I desire, hang on, guard your holiness, praying, which I desire, O Holy Lord, and most blessed brother. Lord January greets your holiness with the complete affection of purity and veneration. I have taken up the blessing sent by you. Now this word was the word for blessing, yes, the blessing, benedictionem, with all exaltation, with full, I think full is better, with full exaltation. The delivered books, just as you ordered, I have bound in quatrains, in which, if anything shall be pleasing to you, I hope that I will recognise it to be of truth, and not only of love. Now this bit here is a bit more problematic, and I need to think about it. I hope I recognise it to be of truth, and not only of love. Utinam verdades in not solum amores esse. Just as and no, I've completely got this wrong. See, this is why it's important. Just as you have ordered two monimus, I'm fairly sure is what this means. And I'm going to look up now if monimus is a word. So, monimus, monimus, here we are. It's a name, yes, which is it's a Macedonian officer. That's an interesting one. But yes, so the books, just as you pray. Wait, what's the verb there? See, pray just as you commanded. No, just as you instructed. No, just as you preached to Monimus, I have bound in quatrains. So I have bound the books just as you bade to Monimus in quatrains, in which I bound the books in quatrains just as you bade to Monimus, in which, if anything shall be pleasing to you, I hope I shall recognize. I hope I recognize it to be of truth and not only of love. I'd rather do this as in which should anything please you, I hope I recognize it to be of truth and not only of love. Although it doesn't make that much sense, really. Let's have a look at what how it looks on the manuscript. Destinavi inquivos aliquid joerdit ut in utinam veritatis et non solum amores esse cognoscam hi sunt igitur me parve. Hang on. I hope maybe I would recognize it. I hope I would recognize it to be of truth and not only of love, I think. So what he's basically saying is that January is hoping that the books which his Lord is going to read, he's hoping that the contents of that he is hoping that he would be able to tell that the contents of the books are pleasing to Monimus, not only because his Lord has this great affection for Lord January, but also because it's true contents. So he says, these are therefore the offering of my littleness, which the purity of your heart will make acceptable to you. So it seems to me like he's sending books to his Lord for correction. By the suggestion of a common brother, I pray that the industry of your kindness be a helper. Hang on. I seek that it be accepted, so that the industry of your kindness be a helper. I think so. By the suggestion of a common brother, I seek that it be accepted, so that the industry of your kindness be a helper, and that is in the task. And I implore that your servants copy out the books which are our responsibility from your codices. Okay, let's read that from the beginning again. May divine clemency guard your holiness praying for us, which I desire, O holy Lord and most blessed brother. Lord January greets your holiness with the complete affection of purity and veneration. I have taken up the blessing sent by you with full exultation. I have bound the books in quatrains, just as you bade to Monimus, in which, should anything please you, I hope I would recognize it to be of truth and not only of love. These are therefore the offering of my littleness. I'm going to say offerings even though it's not plural in the text. It makes more sense in English. These are therefore the offerings of my littleness, which the purity of your heart will make acceptable to you. By the suggestion of a common brother, I seek that it be accepted. Hang on. By the suggestion of a common brother, I seek. Let's have a look at what queso can mean. See if there are any other meanings that it might have. I beg. Hang on. Hang on. I beg that it's... Yes, I think maybe beg is more appropriate. I beg that it be acceptable. With an implied essay. No, I beg that it be accepted. So the industry of your kindness may be assistance. So that the industry of your kindness may be of assistance. By the suggestion of a common brother, I beg that it be accepted. So the industry of your kindness may be of acceptance. So what it sounds like is that Lord January is given these books, which he is bound in quatrains, to his Lord, and he's hoping that the Lord sees that they're good on their own merits rather than just out of love for him. And he is asking his Lord to look over the texts and to check if there are any errors, and this is quite common in scribal colophons. And he's been suggested by a common brother that he ask his Lord to take back these books, so that the Lord might look over these books and make corrections. The industry of your kindness may be of assistance. Out of the charity of his heart, his Lord is going to look over these books. I implore that your servants copy out the books, which are our responsibility, from your codices. So imply that he's asking his Lord's servants to copy out the books that are being sent to his Lord, and presumably this manuscript that we're looking at, the MS Regius Latinus 267, is in fact one of these books. So there we go, there's our small little Ostrogothic letter. I find it really adorable. Let's read it out one more time. So, may divine mercy guard your holiness praying for us, which I desire, O holy Lord and most blessed brother. Lord January greets your holiness with the complete affection of purity and veneration. I have taken up the blessing sent by you with full exultation. I have bound the books in quatrains just as you bade to Monimus, in which, should anything please you, I hope I would recognize it to be of truth and not only of love. I'm going to say because of truth and not only because no, to be on account of No, I'm not going to do either of those. I'm going to leave them as they are, to be of truth and not only of love. These are therefore the offerings of my littleness, which the purity of your heart will make acceptable to you. By the suggestion of a common brother, I beg that it be accepted, so the industry of your kindness may be of assistance. I implore that your servants copy out the books which are our responsibility from your codices. So there we go. And in Latin it says, Orandem pro nobis sanctitatem tuam clementia divina custodiat, quod opto Domine sancte ac beatissime frater, Dominus Januarius sanctitatem tuam toto salutat puritas et venerationes affectu, benedictionem a vobis directam tota cum exaltatione exuscepi, libros sicut precipisti ad monimum datos in quaternionibus I found that I left that word there, delivered. No, that's a better one is donated. I found the native books in quatrains. In quaternionibus destinavi, in quibus si aliquid placuerit utinam veritatis, sed not solum amoris esse. Cognoscem hi sunt igitur mei parvitati sub Lazio, quam vobis faciet, purditas vestri cordis acceptam. Suggestione patris communis acceptam queso, ut adiutrix ansit vestre caritatis industria. Obsecro ut libros quos opus habemus, servitui describant de codicibus vestris. Okay, so that was a brief transcription of a short Visigothic letter. It's quite cool to have a little bit of Visigothic history right in our hands. The music you heard playing in the background was Tome 1 by the band Erang. Kindly used with permission. A link will be in the description to his Bandcamp, and I highly recommend you check it out. He's got a new album coming out soon, and it's my favourite artist, so I'm very excited about that. So until the next video, thank you guys for watching, and valete!